get y'all better. Well, you better get ready. Bow to the podcast. Put it down.
Generate into something full. You just got tired of doing what you told us to do. This the Bronx boy, yeah. This the Bronx little man. Put it down.
And welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Generation X. What's going on, everybody? I see you're wearing a controversial shirt there.
Oh, you see that? I mean,
Controversial?
listen, shout out to Hogan. Shout out to Hogan's beer. Shout out to Hogan's favorite N-word.
There's no Hulkamaniacs here.
The NWO.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
What's that?
What's that on?
Sing it. Macho Man. Want the bullet paper. Reach to the right. Lift your head, climbing hard with your hands in the air. All the ladies in the front take your derriere. They stop and stare at me. By my greatness, all my enemies and foes, they'll be sure to hate this. I'm coming at your fools at a whole different level. There and hate us.
You can be seen. Yeah. All right. The power of madness compels you. Yeah.
All right. So I figure this is a special episode. It's our 10th double digit.
10th episode.
We're still doing it, so we figured we'll do something special. Have our first guest, the Macho Verse.
Oh yeah. Staring into the video scope. Yeah. Live from New York. It's Saturday. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we had a busy couple months, me and you, but let's go back.
yeah.
Let's just go back to where everyone probably knows you from originally.
What's that?
Subway Mania.
Oh yeah, Subway Mania.
Look at this, prima donna.
I did say that. Yeah. So a long time ago, I'm gonna. A classically trained doctor from Oxford. I must. No, I'm kidding. Somewhere in between. Subway Mania. Yeah, man, that kind of put me on the map. I remember watching that on YouTube for a long time, and I started doing the cosplay thing. And one night I'm like, let me tag this guy, Tim Rivera. So I'm walking to a show or a cosplay party. I'm dressed as cream of the crop Macho Man. Yeah. Do a selfie video, and I go, how are you going to have a Subway Rumble and never have the Macho Man? Yeah. So we got in touch, and we did a kind of Instagram live debate, Macho Man versus Hogan NWO thing.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people tuned in. And then a few months later, I'm out of breath, like Macho Man.
Yeah.
A few months later, we did the Subway Mania, and I took years off my life, just how nervous I was.
Jesus.
Which was a story in itself. Tim likes to invite a lot of people last minute, and the New York Times was with us.
Oh, here we go.
So, yeah, we met up at 59th and Lex. It was myself as NWO kind of Macho Man, a silver and black thing. Chris Wayne was HBK.
Okay.
And John Tabernac was Kevin Nash. So the three of us were cool. He was medium sexy, yeah.
Look at
Kevin
that.
Nash, the head of the anti-Macho-verse faction. We'll get to that, yeah. Yeah, that's right. We got 59th and Lex. Must have been 60 people, man. Just waiting in the lobby, right? Yeah, people with gaffs. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that when I made a bad political statement?
Yeah.
I'm
The
the
cameras?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for the sound. Yeah, so we had that going.
Yeah, boom mic.
So all of a sudden, right? And I'm in full macho garb. So just keep in mind, this is a Saturday night. There's no pay-per-view. There's no local wrestling. There's nothing. So we can't have a cover story. So there are about 20 cops show up, and they're wearing hats. Like the special cops, yeah. Like almost Lieutenant Sergeant, yeah. So we get on the train, and they follow us onto the train.
Oh, wow.
So we get off the next stop, go to the next car. They follow us to the next car. They don't say a word to us. They're just there. Their presence is there. So, yeah, pretty much. So I'm thinking going to Rikers on the weekend, having to wait till Monday morning when the judge shows up.
Yeah,
I'm a teacher, as Macho Man. So
that's high risk, bro.
So we couldn't be like
high risk maneuver.
Yeah. Rookie Steamboat. So we couldn't go say we're going to a watch party, we're going to a cosplay thing, we're going to a wrestling show. There was nothing going on. There was no WWE. It was on Sunday. AEW wasn't that weekend. So I go, yo guys, you know what? I'm just gonna get off and get a beer or something. I'll see you guys later. So Macho Man gets off. Other guys kind of feel the vibe, like, yeah, I'm getting off too. We get off at different stops. So I'm like, well, I can sit back. We're not doing this now, right? So we get to Forest Hills, the last stop, just in case. And some Undertaker dude with a cloak walks by us and goes, yo, follow me, get on the train. It's Tim Rivera, right? So we get there. Yeah, last stop on the train. The train to the danger zone. And the last car is the green room. the one after that is the Rumble. So I'm in the green room, and now that, the cops had followed us and stuff, I'm starting to get nervous, be like, what if this, and everyone's like, RVD guy is like stretching and doing his RVD stuff, and I'm sitting there trying to meditate, and I'm so nervous, I'm like, what if, and I called my union rep the week before, and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna be in Subway Mania. He goes, that's cool. I go, are you sure? That's all right. He's like, yeah, you're not doing it during work hours. I'm like, all right, man. So as soon as I heard my music, I was like, I was like, what's the guy, Luke Gallows?
Yeah. Oh, Festus.
I was like, boom, right into it. I heard the music, went through the doors, and oh yeah, the crowd went nuts, man. Did my thing. I handed my buddy my glasses, my fanny pack, my wallet, my phone, all that stuff. Went into action. I beat up Kevin Nash. We have a Kevin Nash sound.
Everything else.
Okay. Kevin Nash sound. We got
So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for later for the Kevin Nash story, right? So there's a video of me wrestling my friend on the train, who's Kevin Nash. I give him an axe. I give the Undertaker an axe handle. I give Kevin Nash an elbow drop, and he's Wolfpack. And eventually, Hogan gets on the train. That's Tim Rivera, and this is mostly improvised, man. And I look at him. We look at each other. We stare it down. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, they're back!" And we turn and we start beating up Kevin Nash. The train stops, and Hogan freaking takes him out of his shirt and throws me off the train. I didn't even know I was getting eliminated.
Oh wow!
So I'm like, "Oh, yeah, the Dungeon of Doom. Yeah, they got a guy thinking he's a mad scientist. Kevin Sullivan. Yeah, hey, this is great for ADHD. Thank you, soundboard guy. I love it." So I run like hell to the next car to be like, yo, I can't be having my phone, my wallet, everything on this train. So I get back on. And that was my Subway Mania moment, man. It blew up. I was in the newspaper, New York Times. So now when my students go in my room, I'm a 9th grade teacher. As soon as you walk in, there's a framed picture of Macho Man from New York Times as Subway Mania Macho Man. Yeah, and they'll be like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "That's my brother. Yeah, my twin. Like your picture's right there."
That's an honor, man. That's like, not even New York, because we record in the Bronx. We like to hype up our hometown.
Sure.
But New York Times is like a magical
big deal.
moment, dude.
Yeah, man. This magic.
That's not viral. That's like the paper of record.
Yeah, and at the time I was all paranoid.
The aliens are gonna see that.
Yeah. Oh, I want Spider-Man. Yeah. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, hire him. Yeah. So when they interviewed me, I was all nervous, and I'm like, don't use my real name, don't say I'm a teacher. So my picture's there, but nothing else. So I'm like, trying to get verified. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that was cool, man. Then we did another Subway Mania that's going to be on Vice eventually, last February, where everyone's trying to take down Abyss, and he just whoops all our asses.
Okay.
I hit him at the Slim Jim. Yeah, so
we actually featured a Subway Mania.
We were actually talking about
we
it.
have little videos stuff. Yeah, I remember one time I saw you two. I was supposed to meet up with you and Tim.
That's right.
But it was like St. Patty's Day. I was messed up. I forgot my wallet. I just see freaking Macho Man and whatever the hell he was at the time. I was just like, oh man, I couldn't get onto the train. I was like, you guys have fun. But it was just like a blurred moment.
Yeah, every time I do it, I'm like, I can't wait for it to end. I can't wait this to be over.
So like, why? Just go back to the beginning. Why cosplay and why Macho Man?
Sure. So I always love Halloween, like so much that it's one day's not enough. Yeah, and we had all these years where Halloween would be a snowstorm. Yeah, Halloween would be raining. So
we can't wait for Halloween for the show.
Right, and it's like it's always during a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Monday. It's rarely on a weekend, and when it is, my experience, it rained, it snowed. So we moved to the city. My wife and I rewind. We went to Burning Man. And when I met her, our second date, she goes, if things work out, I'll make you your own costume, because she worked on in Vegas for a long time on Cirque du Soleil and One Drop and a few other shows. Humanity, showed out. Yeah,
I'm sorry about those guys with those
right?
Those hogs.
But they had the ladies the mermaids in this pool. Anyway, that happened. So she had experience with that. So I'm like, hey, I'm in the toilet one day, greatest ideas, and I go, it'd be funny. A parody. Oh wait, I fast forward like 6 months. So she made me a Macho Man inspired costume for Burning Man. So I'm in the desert. I got this big gold cape. I'm wearing a Macho Man tank top and like these spandex pants. It's not super. Now I'm like super authentic. It's got to look exactly how it was mostly. So fast forward a few months later, we moved to the city, and I go, it'd be funny if I was Macho Man. And it's like all green tea inspired, and it's total parody. So we did that, and she made that. We did the New York City Halloween parade, and I was just like, oh yeah, like my voice was destroyed. I was like, yeah, brother, which everyone does in their first Macho Man stuff. Did that, it got popular, started going to shows, went to AEW at Belmont. I met Dusty Tribute. Oh yeah. I'm like, you do this all the time? He's like, yeah, I just started. So we took a photo together, we kept in touch.
Oh, I was there. I met Dusty that night too. There's a picture of me like
in January.
Out of it. Again, I was back then. I was a lot of it.
Yep.
And it's me and Dusty. He's doing his
great. He's great.
Someone's drinking a lot.
That night, cops
Well,
were
for 83 weeks.
Yep. That night,
Yeah.
that night, cops were stopping me, but for the right reasons. They wanted pictures. The security was stopping me. You know, I get crackheads stopping me. The 12 tribes of Israel. And
That's how we met.
Yeah.
I met you at.
I know you were at
HOG.
12 tribes of Israel convention.
It was
We
HOG.
literally just walked to the
That's right, I
store
met
to
you
get
at
some
HOG.
beverages, and they were already
Wow,
honking.
man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The neighborhood felt it.
So, long story short, right, I went to TNA. A friend of a friend from back home was like, yo, I saw your friend do that. Moon Knight on Disney Plus just ended. I want to do a parody called Macho Night. And I'm thinking, man, I never did regular Macho Man. I'm always this green guy, green wig, and to my wife, and the guy we filmed it, he took pictures, and I'm like, yo, these stills are sick. I look like Macho Man. So I asked my wife, I said, yo, is Brooklyn Comic Con coming up in a couple weeks? I don't know anybody in the city. We just moved here. All my friends have moved out. And I go, yo, can you make me these pants to go with the madness thing? She made those pants. She made the lightning ones. I went there, bro, and didn't know a single person. I stayed in character the entire time. People loved it. It was like one of 3 wrestling cosplayers. You know, and as I go to these things, I meet more people. Camel Clutch Cosplay, Jack in the Box, and now we got the World Wrestling cosplayers, and just from keeping people's contacts and keeping in touch, making a group chat, and now there's some of my closest friends, and Mooney as well. Met him at a wrestling show.
We met him I met you at a wrestling show, and I just see him walk by, and right away I'm like, I gotta do Sean Mooney.
Right.
So I do Sean Mooney, and I didn't see you for a while, but then we started going. We'll talk about it. We went to a lot of events, a lot of good moments.
Sure.
Speaking of costumes, can you walk us through your process for designing and assembling your outfits? I know you mentioned your wife.
My
first outfit.
My wife will see picture. Well, now it's more obscure costumes. We already got the big ones out of the way. So my wife will see a picture and be like, "Hey, how about this one?" And she'll see it at the fabric store, called House of Spandex.
That's perfect.
I know.
Shout out.
They're like, "Why are you wearing a fanny pack?" Because I don't have pockets. It's spandex. So she'll ask me for photos, and there's this OG named Peter. Who is FTMY, and he's the first Macho Man cosplayer, like from the late 80s and 90s. Made everything himself. Yes, learned to sew everything. So Peter will look on his computer and show me the pictures, the videos of everything. But nowadays we have the Heritage Auctions who have the front and back pictures. So my wife will look at the pictures. She'll go to the fabric store. She's a genius. She'll get super offended if you try to tell her something's wrong or how to do something. So we did the Mega Powers one where Macho Man, the Mega, he's wearing the yellow and black cheetah. And she puts it on both sides, in the front and back. And I'm like, that's not how we did it. And she got so mad, wouldn't talk to me for a day. And then she's like, all right, separated it. So I'm really picky with that. She spends hours and hours and days when she's off work on the sewing machine, and she goes into this robot, like, I have no emotion mode. And for the first couple of years, I'd be like, are you mad at me? You can talk to me. Now I'm just like, all right, bro. Let her do her thing. She's in the zone. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, you don't have to do this. You wanted to. And there was one time she made a few for Comic-Con, and she's like, I am not making, don't ask me. Don't even say this looks good. Don't even say I had an idea. And then, like, she started coming with ideas months later. And I'm like, all right, are you sure? Because, it gets to the wire where it's like the night before the convention or the
So
flight.
she's the mad scientist.
She's the mad scientist.
Well, that's great, though, man. That's a healthy relationship.
Beautiful thing.
Yep. And
Yeah,
shout out.
if that's the worst thing you guys fight about,
Exactly.
amen,
And shout out to Chris Beline. He's another guy I know. Creation by Designs. He's out in Brooklyn, and he hand paints the sunglasses. He tells me what the right sunglasses are. If I ask him sunglass questions, he hand paints the bandanas, some of the shirts, all the pants, all the spandex shirts. My wife, Chris, made a few other things like bandanas and accessories. And then I got John, who's another Macho Man in Texas. He 3D printed a Macho Man crown for me that I downloaded from an action figure, and he resized it for like weeks. So I got the scepter and the crown from him, and now I got the scepter
This is crazy.
from Bulletproof Studios. Yeah, man. And there's a guy who I hooked up with a lot of my original people, and he's doing his thing in the front row. So
Yeah, Jonathan works, as we all know. Jonathan works with a lot of conventions. And
Yeah, I work
Yeah.
at CGC and JSA. I also have another podcast called Nerdy Over 30. Actually,
oh, that's you. I was on that.
yeah, you were on my podcast.
Were you there?
Yeah, this was Brooklyn Comic Con last year. You were in my episode of my cosplay.
Was he
video.
gonna tell me?
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this.
You think I could see through these glasses? The hardest thing,
Universes are crossing.
the hardest thing is remembering these photographers and like
yeah.
remembering people and not mixing people up.
So it is true what he says. Like the cosplay community is great.
Yeah,
I'm in the 501st. I've been doing Star Wars cosplay for a long time.
No one else can be a stormtrooper. We have 6 of them.
But I started doing the cosplay videos that you see on like YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone's super nice. I made a lot of friends. I met a lot of people. Yeah, he was in my Brooklyn
Look at
Comic Con
that, yeah.
episode last year. So we'll throw
Shout
up
out
some footage of that.
next weekend, Brooklyn Comic Con. If I could say one more thing, so with the going to wrestling shows as Macho Man, going to cons as Macho Man, it bridged the gap between the world of wrestling cosplay. Of regular cosplay in New York and wrestling shows and wrestling cosplay. Chris Wayne was one of the first in the area, man. Shout out to Chris Wayne, John Tabanag, Tim Rivera, all those guys. You know, I'm late to the party, but what I did was I made really close friends with great people that were, you know, in the Spider-Man and the comic book stuff, and then with the wrestling, and we all became friends. I have friends that did only Marvel, and now they do wrestling. Luxury Leah, she killed it as
great.
Yeah, Bianca Belair, dude. She got a shout out from Bianca Belair. She did Naomi, everybody. So it's like, yo, once you start wrestling cosplay, it's hard to quit. And you guys, I got somebody that each of you could look like. Yeah,
man. And I'm super picky with the people I pick for the videos, for the videos.
Perfectionist.
So when I saw you as Macho, I was like, dude, this guy's
we're old friends.
But
that's great. Like you have great interactions. Everyone, we saw it outside. Everyone was honking. They love it.
Right.
What about the detractors, man? Like
what about the haters in the comments?
There's haters. You know what? So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. When we did 90s Wrestling Con 2 years ago, we did a video where we're all walking in like a line and in a crowd with the music playing. So it's like you got The Rock, you got Macho Man, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, McFoley. Yo, I didn't know those were gonna blow up. Those blew up so much in the hater comments. Because my IG was connected to Facebook, and now I separated the two, and they're all coming from Facebook. But it's a new ball game now, and I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that, brother, because I can see their profiles, and I'm like roasting them, and it's like it doesn't make me mad anymore unless it's a regular person, and I'm like, dude, we could have been friends, like normal guy. I'm like, oh, where does he work? You're canceled. Yeah, I have your job.
No, but like if you read them,
but
they're actually well thought out. Your responses are hilarious.
I'm getting good, man. I was always like, I should have said that yesterday, comeback guy, but I'm getting good. Detractors, yeah. I got some haters, but they say, you're doing it right if you got haters.
And it's like a small percentage.
Yeah, it is. And, the messages I get from people saying, like, one guy was like, dude, you're helping my depression. This is my way out. Like, I get really nice, this reminds me of my music. Yeah. Right, exactly, yeah. Be a Man album saved me. So I get that. And recently I had a guy, I think his name is Steve or Scott. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. But he's an archivist for WWE, senior archiver. And he said, dude, I love what you're doing for Macho Man's legacy and all these legends. It's really nice you're doing. Forget the haters. Keep doing you. I think it's awesome. So,
that's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell all the haters to suck an egg through it.
Yeah, but there are some wrestling detractors too.
That's the negative Venn diagram. We have the positive one where it's like you have all the different communities coming together.
Sure.
But then you have a couple of haters.
Right. So the haters. So I think
Does
it's
ever
this.
get to you?
Sometimes, yes. Like I said, when it's someone who seems like normal and not like a hillbilly lowlife. I got friends who are hillbillies, but these are lowlife ones. So then I'm like, damn, man. Like, if you knew me, it's hard. Because if you knew me, we get along and be friends. And it's like, you don't have to prove anything to them. But I'm like, but I have a regular job. I'm a teacher. I do work out. I just really love pizza also. And I take breaks when I go on vacation, Yeah, but...
But it's your identity, too, also, a little bit. Like, you're so, like, entwined, because it's like you blended this cosplay that kind of was just, like, your natural, like, awesome personality.
Thank you. And, I try to...
Yeah.
And then the New York accent comes in, too, which I'm not even from. I mean, I'm from New York City, but I've lived here so many years. But, and there's some wrestlers will give me dirty looks and no-sell me, like, and I'm not knocking them. Look, they're at a table, they see this guy taking all these pictures of all these fans, and I didn't pay my dues. I went to wrestling school, okay? But didn't pay my dues like them,
You took a bump?
Exactly, yeah, I took a few bumps. Oh, wait a minute, not that kind of
a couple bumps in the bathroom.
Possibly, maybe, unbelievable, yeah. I did put
drinking my beer, you smoking my marijuana.
I did put water on my muscles before I came out, and my hair to give me a little glisten, because I have seen some progress lately, and the more tan, exactly. So, speaking of him, right, so Steiner will walk by me and not say anything. We were in a staircase together in Vegas at WrestleCon, like going upstairs. Dude, he's like 6 inches from me, nothing. Like, I don't exist. But he, like, rolled with Macho Man. They're good friends. So, him, it's probably like, this guy's not super jacked. Let's see what happens, though. So, Steiner, so I met Steiner at 90s Con 2 years ago. He's just emotionless. When I spoke to him, he answered my questions. He talked to me. I did the photo op. And then there's a clip where my friend is filming him when I'm waiting in line for Nash, and he goes, hey, dude, no photos. And I put that at the beginning of the video. I kind of TMZ spliced it in, and that went viral a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, I didn't mean to look like that. Whenever I don't mean to look like that, it does look like that, and it gets crazy popular. So then you have
controversial.
Right, JBL, Honky Tonk Man, dirty looks.
Really?
No sell.
Honky Tonk Man.
He just looks pissed off a lot. Kevin Nash,
Right.
Okay, all right, let's go back. All right, so let's start off. Let's go back to 1999. Okay, we have
We're
Kevin
going back.
Nash.
Time warp.
Yes, photo evidence.
I have photo evidence. Sorry. My mom very mysterious. Where's Nash? On his phone, ignoring us. Like,
Yeah. You have a photo album from when you went to
I
Vegas
do.
as a kid.
yeah, I got a picture of Chris Benoit, Saturn. Okay, so Kevin Nash.
Yes.
Oh, here he is. All right. Here's the first time Kevin Nash ignored us. Where's the camera? Okay, we'll put that on the display later. So Nash, you know, all the wrestlers at MGM Grand, the night before Nitro were super friendly, you know. But Kevin Nash ignored us. We didn't exist. A few months later, he was at a show at Poughkeepsie for something, and I was like, Kevin Nash ignored us.
Wow.
I didn't know back then. Maybe you had to pay for photo op. So go 20 years later. We're at 90s Wrestling Con. I'm so excited. I'm watching Macho Man promos of Wolfpack. So I'm like, when I see Nash in the front of the line, he's going to love it. I'm going to cut this promo. I botched the promo. I talked all fast. It happens a lot of the time, you know. I'm more of an observational Macho Man. That guy looks like Ric Flair. Yeah, he's just really old. Yeah, he looks 56 every year of his life. So I get to the front of the line, and I'm like, I have my back to Nash. Like, I'm a big surprise. It was so cringe, dude. It gets a lot of hate and a lot of hits, but whatever. So I turn around, and I'm like, oh, yeah, the Wolfpack, yeah. We don't eat at the same restaurant. We don't date the same girls, and blah, blah, it's so stupid. So, and then he just staring at me, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I was like, hey, I got this shirt signed from Macho in 99, and I need you to sign it, and he's signing it. But as you watch it, like, I cut it. It's a short clip, and people are like, damn, he hates you. But he starts, like, giggling and laughing and smirking, but he just doesn't talk. And I heard later on, he said, wow, those guys' costumes were good, or that guy that Sean was really good. So he no-sold me as Macho, John Tabernac as Nash, Asian Kevin Nash, and Asian HBK. So flashback to 3 months to last summer. All right, so I know Kevin Smash. Yeah, Kevin Smash. Kevin Nash loves weed. So I get the photo op. I see X-Pac, I see Nash next to each other. And I go, yo, can I get a combined NWO photo op? They're like, yeah, just pay whatever together. So I go, all right, go to ATM, I come back. X-Pac thought I was cool. So Nash like kind of had to talk to me. We're in the photo, and I'm like, so what happened with 90s Con a couple years ago? Were you just like super stoned? And he goes, you know, I try to stay that high all the time. Paraphrasing, something like that. And I go, all right, man, that makes sense. Cool. And he was a lot cooler that day. And then, so that summer, we did a video with 9 other Macho Men. I have a group chat called the Council of Machos, and then I'll ask them yeah. We'll talk shop about costumes, like what kind of wig you got. So I'll ask them about gear and stuff, and we'll share ideas. And a lot of that times 9. So we're on Going Ringside podcast with Scott Johnson, looks like Asac Schrader from Breaking Bad. So he interviews 9 Macho Men. We're on Zoom. Right? It's a viral hit with millions of views.
It was insanity.
So, about a month ago, he posted a clip and said, this is Hulk Hogan's nightmare, right? Adds me as a collaborator. I'm like, sure. Right? An hour later, I see a comment from Kevin Nash that says, please let Randy rest in peace. And I'm like, okay. You fucking marks.
Wow.
Mark.
You fucking
Chris is always ready. Yeah.
I can picture Kevin Nash saying that though, like.
So here, now,
let Randy rest.
Exactly. Now, is it for Scott, the guy whose page it is, the interviewer, or is it for all of us? Either way, it's kind of for us. So people start responding to Nash, and I'm like, I paid this guy twice for photo ops. To sign a shirt that was already signed on the back that I didn't even know. I got the Wolfpack shirt signed by all of them. He already freaking signed it. So anyway, people start commenting, and I don't think I even responded. Instead, I put up the photos, both photos of me meeting Nash, and I put the comment on top of the photo and posted to Instagram.
Beautiful.
Obviously, people assume, he met this guy and then he made that comment the same day, and I'm like, no, and I'm like, I never think it.
No,
let me explain.
It was so simple that it's hilarious.
It was
Poetic.
The beauty is its simplicity. Yeah. Big Lebowski. ADHD.
Yeah.
People were like, damn, that's messed up. And I said, it's disappointing. I didn't badmouth him and still haven't, right? So later on, my friend Mean Streak Matt, who's also in the World Wrestling Cosplayers, he does Lego stuff, but he goes, Matt, it'll be funny. Aaron, it'll be funny. If you post a video from Subway Mania of you beating up John, who's dressed like Kevin Nash, and I go, dude, put a comment in that says, how do you have heat with Kevin Nash? And then, so I put the video of Subway Mania where I enter the train and I start beating up Asian Kevin Nash. Not a race thing, he just happens to be Asian.
And on
the top of the screen it says, what did you do to get heat with Kevin Nash? Under it is Kevin Nash's quote, and then I say this, just joking, right? Pretending it's that clip. Then Kevin Nash blocks me. And then the quote under the clip was, my quote was, all right, sorry Kevin Nash, but legends never die. And then I got blocked.
Wow.
Saw Sean Oliver, his co-host. By God, that's got to be Mal Kane.
I was going to ask you about. He posted a picture with Sean Oliver.
Yeah.
You know.
So
he hosts a show with Kevin Nash.
Yes.
And he's
right-hand man.
Sean Oliver is so unsung. I don't want another glaze here, but like during the lull in WWE, shoot interviews were everything. Shoot interviews really got me through those dark.
They did.
Yeah.
Which lull again are we talking about?
Which one? Yeah. The first or the 10th? So I walked up to him and he turned around and he goes, "Oh my God, I thought you were Randy Savage resurrected for a minute," and I was like. And I was like, I didn't have time to tell him the story, but we got a photo with a group with a photo with him, and I was like, But Camel Clutch has asked him on Twitter, like, what does Kevin Nash think? Why does Kevin Nash, have disdain for wrestling cosplayers when it's really just a lovely tribute or whatever?
Yeah.
So on the other side, those are the ones. Bully Ray gives you dirty looks whenever he sees me. Yeah. I've never paid for the photo op though, so maybe I have to do that. Devon always laughing, smiling when I've seen him 3 times. So that one video of 90s Con gets a lot of hate where it's like, Kevin Nash, Steiner, and Bubba Ray will hate you. It's like,
So when did you start taking the Instagram seriously? You're like, all right.
Good.
Damn, that's good. So like, you're like,
Yeah,
all right,
sure.
I did this cosplay and blah, blah, blah. So when did you say, I'm going to take this seriously?
Well, Mr. TV announcer. So, right. I would just go to shows when I met Mooney. I would just go, and if I happened to get a video of me in costume, cool, I'd post it. I wouldn't plan stuff. I would just get stuff as it happened, spontaneously, right? So, I went to a show with Dusty, and he goes, "Yo, we're going to an indie show in Jersey called ISPW. How about I pick you up? And let's pretend that you're hitchhiking."
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. So I'm filming myself before he picks me up. Yeah, I'm hitchhiking. Hopefully Hulkster doesn't pick me up. And then Dusty has his point of view. We splice it together. It goes viral. The first one, right? 300,000 views. We're like, damn.
Hysterical.
Yeah, so after that, right?
My brother, he's like a wrestling fan, casual, whatever. But the reason why he was like into you, like he loves the MachoVerse account, is because it's like out of the box. You don't just do cosplay.
Crossovers, yeah.
It's like parodies. You do icon parody too.
It's hard to explain what it is. It's like tribute. It's like memes.
You get it. You get it.
Thank you. And for a while, I tried acting and sketch writing and improv, and I was all over the place. Like 2 unusual things, but Macho Man, dude, it's all unusual things. You're right there at the fork in the road. Yeah, the stars in the sky. So, I hate your guts. Yeah, I said that too. To bring it back, to Instagram. So I went to Italy with my wife, and she goes, "Bring the bandana and the glasses." I'm like, I don't know. I bring the bandana and the glasses. Cut a promo in front of the Coliseum. Cut a promo in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That stuff gets popular. So then I come home and I start writing ideas, man. I start writing, and as soon as I start writing, man, it comes alive, and we're like, yo, what would Macho Man say if he met Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
They both got bit by the snake, and I'm like, what if I run into this guy? So I started doing that, and it started getting popular, and I made the World Wrestling Cosplayers. We started getting organized. We had a group chat, which exploded, and I actually left because it was all spam, but we have the big 4 now. It's me, the Triple H DiBiase guy, Jack, who, whenever he's DiBiase, the comments are like, this guy looks like Triple H. Looks more like Triple H. Like, he really is. There's Dusty, Dusty's endorsed by the family, man. He's met Dusty.
Wow.
Dusty's like, cool, keep doing it. Cody brought him into the ring during the house show.
Wow.
He came out to the crowd once at a house show and gave Mike the mic at the end of the night. He's met Dustin a few times, Terry, everybody. Yeah.
Right, so the group chat in NWO got loaded.
Wow. Yep. And then you got Camel Clutch Cosplay, Chris, who's a lawyer, and Chris and Mike are years ahead of me in improv. It's amazing, and I don't know, they should each have 10,000. Chris should have 20,000. Are people racist? They don't like Iron Sheik or what? He's so good.
We know all about
He's got Iron Sheik. Yeah, right. We know all about
I'm the Sheik.
He's got Iron Sheik's relatives messaging him sometimes from Iran saying, "I love it." Yeah.
all of my weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, we should have them do a promo later. A promo Iron Sheik.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cheeky babe.
We can make
we
that
miss
happen.
you. So
Yeah.
Iron Sheik's
You
family-
cheap son of a bitch.
So that's the validation.
there you go.
That's the validation. So what about this? What about another big man? The opposite of during the same time as Diesel, Adam Bomb, Brian Clark.
Yeah. Now, I was too young when Adam Bomb was wrestling in WWF, I must admit, but Wrath, oh man, I was the biggest Wrath mark. I just got into WCW, and I'm like, yo, this guy is gonna beat Goldberg. He's gonna end the streak. Yeah, he's awesome. Brian looks like he's not aged. He's just like a giant, like jacked AJ Styles right now.
Yeah, he looks like what's his name? The Iggy Brilliant Heart.
Yeah, he does. Billy Ray Cyrus.
When I was a kid, I used to combine all these celebrities.
So Brian's new to social media,
That's
and
a comic.
yeah, he just started social media, and now he shows up in our lives on TikTok and stuff, like me and Jack and Camel Clutch and Dusty. So we've been talking a while. We finally met him at WrestleCon in Vegas. Super cool, man. I have my microphone working on my lapel. He cut a promo on me, talking all sorts of smack. You know, I always have stuff canned that I want to say when I see them, but half the time it doesn't work or it goes improv. Brian's super cool. And Brian, you know, his co-host Tom Finn on The Meltdown asked him, Brian, how do you feel about wrestling cosplay? Because some wrestlers don't like it. And he said, these guys I met are super respectful. You know, they do a tasteful tribute. You know, they're accurate. They love these guys, these wrestlers. It's a homage to them, so I love it. So when people hate and say it's a disgrace, I tag them in that video because that was big for us.
Yeah, man. We went to WrestleMania 40, and we saw a
so
lot
good,
of cosplay.
so good.
And
there were so
ran
many.
into you.
Oh yeah, as soon as we got in there,
it was like a herd.
Well, that was
and then I see him.
Oh, that's so
That was a herd. You were just moving
no,
with the herd, but you were
no,
like,
Aaron goes like, follow me. And you
Yeah,
started
yeah,
following
yeah.
him. Like, you were already.
I said,
in
Elizabeth, follow me. I said, Mooney, follow me. So yeah, that moment, that weekend was a pivotal moment because I'm like, some people follow my page. I had 30,000 followers right then.
Wow.
Yeah, last April. So I'm like, some people know it, and I got people coming up. So first time going, hey, are you the MachoVerse? I'm like, yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
follow? And like the more and more, and then when me and Dusty ran into Joel Gertner in line for the concessions, he was like, dude, everybody sees your stuff. We're like, do the wrestlers actually watch it? He's like, yeah, we all do. You guys are all over the place. So like,
And he was
that
cool.
weekend is when I found out that people actually watch it, and,
Wow.
like, and it was popular. That's where I knew where it was.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So like, it's not just like, oh, that's Macho Man, because Macho Man is the most like recognizable
Yeah.
wrestler, but it's the actual brand,
Yes.
like, the MachoVerse.
Oh,
which
asking
is
why my
way-
wife. Sorry,
Go.
go on.
No, I'm just saying the MachoVerse. Yeah.
Speaking of Vegas and
Real quick,
WrestleMania,
asking why my wife was mad at me last WrestleMania weekend. It's a good story.
There you go. I
Uh-huh.
was mad at you.
Well, the night before, I had a Slim Jim on my bed. I went to the gym. All my stuff was out, right? We have a Chihuahua. And I came back, dude, from the gym. Yo, he had it in his mouth like this, half eaten, and the plastic was all torn. And I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, what do I... She's not going to listen. It's all right. She was not wrestling. So I'm like, immediately, I'm like, throw away the evidence. It's in the garbage.
It wasn't me.
I hide it. And I'm like, wait a minute. What if something happens? And they're like, well, we tested him, and he tested positive for Slim Jims. And that's it for him.
There's
And
only
I'm
one
like,
person who's
shit.
getting him Slim Jims.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me wait till she comes home and I'll take him. She's like, you didn't take him? So I got heat that night. I took him to the emergency ER. They pumped his stomach. It was like $700. Night before Mania. The night before Mania. Wife's not talking to me, dude. So I'm away that weekend. My friends are all like talking to their wives. My wife won't talk to me. At the same time, right, the week before, we have. We had the Aladdin on Disney like 10-year anniversary party, right? She used to work for them. So there's a photo booth and there's a video booth. The video booth has the genie's lamp, right? It's like metal or whatever. It's like super fancy. We do a video together and then I go, let me do my own video, right? So they film me and I'm like, Macho Man, I'm like, ooh, and I'll release it soon. I'm like, yeah. And then, I have it and the guy goes, toss it. And I go, what? Toss it, right? And I got a star-studded suit on with a cowboy hat and the alpinas. And I go, all right. So I toss it over my shoulder. And all of a sudden, these guys behind me drop glitter and a curtain behind a ladder. And I see it. And I was like, oh. And they're looking at it like, oh, my God, the top broke off. And I'm like, oh. They said toss it. They were talking to the guy to drop the freaking confetti and the curtain. So so anyway, later on, right? It turns out this was worth $10,000. So the videos were available online to download, right? Because that's how it is in the party. So my wife was like, everyone's asking me, what happened to your husband? What did he do to the lamp? What happened? They won't stop talking about it. So that and the dog eating a Slim Jim, I'm in the doghouse. Yeah. Unjustifiably in a position.
Yo, this is like this is the dark side of the ring.
For real. Dark side of the MachoVerse. Yeah, so I had a lot of heat, man. So this time in Vegas, I was good, and there was no fighting. So I was a single man that weekend.
How could you do this to Miss Elizabeth?
Yeah. Sorry, Chris.
Actually, Jonathan, real quick, and then we do the Vegas question.
Well, the other thing I want to ask, so now with the Instagram,
Sure.
you have followers, people know who you are. Has that awarded you any opportunities?
Yes. We were at Universal Studios this past weekend, right? I was a casual Macho Man. So last year I told my wife, I'm like, I told my wife, I just want to go and not be Macho Man. She's like, you're gonna regret it. Bring your stuff. Bring it in case. The videos go freaking viral. I throw this stuff on. It works. So now I always do it, right? I don't fight her on it. So rewind. Where were we again?
It was,
madness.
so what has this? What has the opportunity?
So all right. So we go to Universal.
Trying to pocket watch you.
Yeah, he tried to get me with a gotcha question. I got him. You thought so, but I know so. So we go to Hagrid's. It's like a motorcycle. If you guys been there.
Oh yeah, I love that ride.
2-hour wait, right? I'm like, damn, she's about to get online. And this guy goes, hey, man, is it just the two of you? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh. And I'm like thinking he's going to say like, yeah, there's a guy walking around like Ric Flair and Hogan over there. And I go, it's just the two of us. What's up? He's like, I work on this ride. I can get you to the front of the line. And I go, all right. And I said, Elizabeth, follow me. She doesn't know why she's following me. So also, her initials are MM, like Macho Man.
Nice.
Yeah. She follows me, and we get on for free. And he goes, yo, when you're done, they're going to go around one more time. So we got to go on the ride for free twice in a row without cutting the line, 2-hour line. So that was a big one. I mean, there's much larger ones, but that was the
So
most
is there
recent.
anything that you can talk about that was larger, like, is there anything with WWE or
Yeah.
Roses or daisies?
Yeah,
Anything?
picking daisies. Yeah, Undertaker rising above the ashes. Yeah, so WWE. So last summer went to SummerSlam. My friend Tim Woods and I. He's another teacher. He's actually principal. He does The Rock and Bruno Mars.
Oh yeah.
He was Bruno Mars that summer. He's like, yeah, check it out, man. Whenever someone talks to us, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, he met Bruno Sammartino. I didn't get the memo. So every single time we met somebody, he had to say that joke.
Yeah.
Great guy. So we were there, and we're sitting in the front row of our section, and all of a sudden, these guys with the the mics and the cameras are like, "Hey, do you guys want to go do commentary? Do you want to get mic'd up?" We're like, "Hell yeah!"
That's awesome.
So we got mic'd up for Drew versus CM Punk.
That's
the big
awesome.
blow-off match. Yeah, bro. I was doing color commentary. He was doing a play-by-play, whatever it was. And, man, that was the most I've ever tried for Macho Man's voice to be authentic. They showed 5 seconds of it on their page. But, man, I was like, yeah, he's putting those educated feet to good use. What Drew's got to do, And I was thinking about all the commentary Macho Man did. Dude, it was my proudest.
Raw.
Yeah, hell yeah, yup. And I grew up in Poughkeepsie, so that was my proudest moment at that time of doing that. Yeah, and that was cool.
Also, speaking of Poughkeepsie,
Yeah.
93 Raw, a lot of those Raws, they would shoot at the county center that we were at.
Yeah.
And then
And
immediately
the Civic
go to-
Center.
And,
Yeah.
and then immediately after
And I would
Poughkeepsie,
never
yeah.
ask my parents to take me. So I got it. So I went to ECW Live a lot.
Yeah.
We got a bad apple over here.
Yeah, bad seed. We're like, ECW's real. Yeah. Oh, the classy hardcore, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When we got waved in at the ACW show,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I feel like a rock star just by
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like a tag along.
Oh, we got another one.
Entourage.
All right,
Entourage.
so Mooney and I went to see Sabu on
right.
Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
Sabu on Legion of Skanks, and I'm on somebody's list, right? So I go, yeah, I'm on Sabu's list. Like, are you on Sabu's list? I'm like, yeah, we're on Sabu's list. So the maitre d' goes, do you guys want to the green room? And what am I say? No.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah.
It's like the freaking Goodfellas. We go to the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. Through the kitchen. Yeah. I forgot about that. So we get in the green room, right? And Sabu's sitting there on his phone like this, or he's not even on the phone.
No,
right?
no, we go in there and
Yeah.
I see one of our buddies, Danny. He does.
Hey, Danny's photography. Shout out to Danny Gambit.
New York
Yeah.
Gambit. I see. I go, oh, hey, Danny, and then I look. I see Dave Smith and Sabu.
I didn't see him because I had sunglasses on.
And
So
he's
what's
like-
Dave Smith doing?
Dave Smith is like putting a chicken in his mouth, and it's a big no-no. You're not supposed to really go into a green
So,
room, especially a comedy.
Yeah,
team.
I didn't go like, oh yeah, stare into the video scope. I just said, I went up to Sabu, he's sitting there, and I go, hey, Sabu, I just want to say hi and break some legs tonight. And I'm like, it's funny because a few weeks back, I'm like, Sabu followed me. And it's like, hey, probably not Sabu. So, like, these guys follow me, and they have no idea who I am. So it's, like, kind of disappointing. So it's like, he's probably someone running his social media.
Sandman.
So immediately we left. I said hello, we left. Sandman, right? So
Yeah,
the next time I go to see Sandman at Legion of Skanks, he's eating dinner outside with all his kids, his 10 kids. Tyler, watch out for Raven. And I walk by, and I'm wearing a casual Macho Man because, I got a shirt from Roots of Fight. So I'm like, I'm going to wear it. So I'm casual. It says Savage. And I don't even have the bandana on yet. And I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? And they kind of look at me like, hi. And then I look at them and I go, ooh, yeah. And they give me another weird look. And it kind of that vibe where it's like, yo, who was that guy? So I'm like, yo, nobody recognized me. This is my secret disguise, me wearing this. So later on, I was like, Tyler, it's me. We met a bunch of times. He's like, oh, we knew it was you. And I'm like, okay. But it was like, I don't know that guy. So that's another one where, like, he does not run his account. There's a whole bunch.
But a guy who does run his account,
Not Scott Steiner.
Dan Soder.
He doesn't.
Oh, well, maybe he doesn't.
Oh,
You're right.
okay.
As I meant, another guy who doesn't.
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Dan Soder.
Yeah.
That was a great interaction.
You gotta follow me.
That was a great
That was
interaction.
Yeah, it was. It was a good
Yeah,
one.
that was another shot of me behind the camera.
Mooney's the best cameraman, dude. I got like 3. He's my favorite one. Not
Same.
because he's here. So we met Dan Soder, who does the best Macho Man impression. Yeah.
He's reglazing.
Yeah. One of the best Macho impressions. Me and Mooney sat front row. I went all out and wore this giraffe print with a cowboy hat and everything, so you couldn't miss me.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I thought they were gonna be like, You're fucking up the show! Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And everyone just glanced and kind of was like, all right. They made one joke.
Soder made 2 jokes about it. First, he was like, "Wow, imagine if I didn't mention this guy at all. He'd be home and he'd be like, what happened, honey?" He's like, Thurman, what happened?" Like, yeah, he never acknowledged me. And then one time, halfway through the show, he goes, "This fucking guy." He's like, every time I look over here. So after the show, I'm like, "Yo, let's get a selfie." So I never do this. So I'm like trying to record a video selfie to take a screenshot. And I go, here, Mooney, and I never hit the button. So I'm like, So after the show, we waited like creeps about 20 minutes, and he was super cool, man. We did a promo together. I was like, can we do a video? And he mentioned me on this one of the shows weeks later. And I'm like, oh god. And he's like, that guy was cool as shit. And I was like, okay,
that won me over.
He goes, you gotta follow me, man. I have the biggest Macho Man page. I never know how to like what to say in those quick moments. Like I was on Subway Mania, or like, hey, I'm like that guy on TV, little sweater man. So I'm like, hey, this is my thing I do. He's like, okay, man, yeah. It never did happen. It was a cool moment.
It's us talking about the podcast.
Yeah. Podcast. Oh god, another wrestling podcast.
But another
because he has about wrestling.
Yeah, Soder has a great impression. So does Will Sasso.
So does what's his name? This other guy. Something Chapel. Yeah.
Chapel Roan?
No, something Chapel. Black Macho Man, dude.
Ah, we love that.
Probably better than Soder. He replied on my thing yesterday with a video, and I'm like, can I post? He's like, yeah, brother. And I'm like, damn, he's really good.
Who do you think is like the best?
Okay.
I have my opinion.
The best.
Wow.
I have an opinion.
At one point, it was Macho Graham. I don't think he knows I know his name, but he's Vic Devine. He was a wrestler. Mike Ward. He's out in Vegas, and there's a picture a few years ago from Double or Nothing with Wardlow, and he looks just like him. That guy was in a movie with Paul Abdul recently, midlife something, and he's one of the best ones.
That's us right now.
Yeah,
Midlife
if you've
crisis.
met, yeah. So he's really good. Not the best attitude I heard, but anyway.
More tea.
Yeah. We follow each other. Okay, fine. Tea. Yeah, you want tea? I'm not even drunk. So when we started the Council of Machos with like Brandon Savage from Dark Side of the Ring and all these people that did Macho Man stuff on Instagram, I added him. And immediately someone removed him. They're like, not that guy. They're like, he disparages us in his comments and all this stuff. So I never had a problem with him. Never met him. I messaged him a month ago saying like, hey, we might come to your table with a bunch of Macho Men. Is that cool? He's like, yeah, brother. So didn't make it that morning. I was too tired. But another good one is this guy Keith from the Poconos. He doesn't have social media. You probably met him.
That's a great name. Keith from the Poconos.
Yeah, Keith from the Poconos calling in. Yeah, we're live.
I know a guy. Keith from the Poconos.
Yeah, he knows a guy. Yeah, he's a cleaner. Keith the cleaner. There's a video of him meeting Sting a couple weeks ago. And he's just like, honor among thieves, brother. He's just so good. He's tall. When I met him, he's tall and dreamy. I was like, dude, is that a mask or what? You know, it wasn't. So I think Keith is one of the best ones. And he showed me that you don't have to shout. You could do it on the lower voice. It's easier to do with a lower tone. So that's why I got mics now, so I don't have to shout for the camera to hear me and me sound more like myself mixed with New York.
It's another thing, too, because you got the blessing from the Randy Savage estate.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal, he was killing it with the Black Machismo. That was great.
So good. It's a great story.
He got the Lanny Powerful action figure jacket on. So like that. So those type of moments are wild to you, right?
It is.
That actual family. Like,
yeah, Lanny, he passed away the day before I went to meet him.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't me.
That's always the case. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
With meet and
Like
greets.
Sid. We met Sid.
Another great moment behind the camera. Sid Vicious.
He's joining my softball team, I kept saying.
He talked for like 5-6 minutes just telling stories.
Wow.
We're in the wrestling universe out in Queens. And I was just like, wow, I let it go. And I was like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't tell where I was like a month earlier, but I was like, why? This is wild. So we got another cool moment, Demolition.
Yeah.
Axe.
You want to meet them? Yeah, Axe. Like, hey, why was your hair so nice at that one pay-per-view? He's talking to Jake, and then he processes it, and he goes, I was given my notice. And I was like, damn, that was a good one.
And I was just behind you recording you like an annoying fly, you know.
But with Sid, man, you never know. You got till it's gone. Yeah, Jody Mitchell. Because when we met Sabu, after the show, he's talking to Dave Smith. I'm like, that guy already hates us.
Yeah.
And, I found out later on that Sabu, he keeps kayfabe, so he looks pissed off and disgruntled. So I'm like, you know what? Let's ask him next time. Let's not get a photo. And then he passed like a week later.
Goddamn bummer.
Yeah. But meeting Sid was cool, man. I met everybody in Team Madness except Mona, Miss Madness. So I got Medusa a couple times this year. She thought I was the biggest weirdo the first time.
That's another thing that happened, Medusa.
Mean Streak Matt and I crashed Queen of the Ring premiere. The movie about the female wrestler. Tony Storm's in it. Yeah. Mildred Burke. So we crashed that, and afterwards, I'm like, Medusa's right there. Let me get a picture with her. Get a picture. My friend was dressed as Becky Lynch, so we had no cameraman, so we had to just get pictures. So I go, hey, after the photo, I go, can I get a video of you throwing my fanny pack title in the trash can? And she goes, no, sir. Good day. So then fast forward, we're doing a thing with Shane Hartline. He's the guy that does the writer's room 90s stuff. Like So in Vegas at this t-shirt thing they had, so they call me over, MachoVerse, right? I just got to this party. I'm wearing the 90s stuff, the 99, with the hat. So come on down and hit my music, right? My boy walks away. And I'm like, let me give somebody my phone. I'm getting interviewed, right? So I hand this guy my phone at the bar, right? I'm like, here. He's like, how do I do it? I'm like, turn it, man, the up and down. So I hand my phone. right? I go meet Medusa, and they're roasting me. You know, it's kind of like you're trying out for it's called Nearly Average Wrestling. Trying out for it, right? The judges are Frank the Clown, Shane Haste, who was like the Mighty You Don't Kneel, and Shane Thornton, and Medusa, right? So Medusa is like, we have no history, you and I. This is team, this is me in team, not, you know, and I'm like, there's an MACHO, and I go, well, Medusa, you're really taking my feelings and throwing them right in the trash can. And no one laughed. So no one got it. And then later that night, right? So this video took 3 minutes. Later on that night, 4 in the morning, I tell my friend Big Lou, this is Vegas weekend on Mania. And I go, yo, bro, you got to see this video, man. I roast Medusa back. It was awesome. We played the video, right? We start playing it. As soon as I start saying the Medusa bit, the guy holding my camera starts like cursing me out live. What? Never happened before. He goes, yo, man, come get your phone. What the F? He goes, I hate you, Macho Verse. He's like, you're a midget. He's like, take your effing phone. Wow. You're putting me in a really uncomfortable position. And then like you see me in the video just like flexing and taking my time and shaking people's hands and stuff, right? A referee comes to the side door and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, get your phone. He's yelling and I'm like, hey, thanks, man. And then 10 minutes later, I go, hey man, can you take a picture? And he's like, oh, he took, you know. Jeez. So for a week, I'm like, who was this guy? We found his picture, but nobody knows who he was. But yeah, so I don't.
Footage up anywhere?
Yeah, that's up. Yeah. She's placed it on the show. It's amazing. Very disturbing to watch. So disturbing. I couldn't sleep that night. So disturbing to watch.
Doc Hendrickson.
You ever seen the movie Creep? That's like right out of that.
Oh yeah.
Put that right here.
Dude, it freaked me out. Now I can laugh. So now when my boys film me at the end, they're like, "Come get your phone," or they'll comment that like, "You midget."
And I'm the opposite. I'm the complete opposite on the spectrum of
spectrum of madness.
Yeah, we're all on that.
Enjoying it. So I always just record. I just follow you.
Yeah, it's just so good.
But sometimes you go into it and the guys aren't really cool with the
I know. Which brings us to another story. So I like to think Sid would be cool with sharing that story. Mm-hmm. However, I heard some great stories at 90s Wrestling Con. One of them was from the Headbangers, who were my favorite WWF tag team. There's Macho Man on the screen. Favorite WWF tag team, right?
Yo, for real.
And the first wrestling shirt I ever bought, Headbangers. So for years, I'm like, hey guys, but I'm like, finally, I'm gonna get the photo op, right? Get the photo op. And then afterwards, Mosh says, we get a video of it, and he just chokes me like this, and I'm like, unjustifiably cool. So I'm mic'd up. I forget that I am. My friend that's dressed as Sandman, Matt, is filming us, right? And they're telling us a Macho Man story. I can tell the story. He was like, yeah, my first match, WWF in the 90s, I trained for 3 weeks. I'm facing Adam Bomb. Before the match, Macho Man's my favorite, right? So Thrasher pushes me into Macho Man as he walks by. Macho Man goes, hey man, is your first match? He goes, yeah. So he goes, you know what? I got nothing to do. I'm going to watch the match. Long story short, he watches the match. And Mosh is super nervous. After the show, he's like, dude, you're going to make it, kid. He smacks him in the head and he goes, good luck or whatever. So I'm like, that's a beautiful story, right? 100%. So I'm thinking, man, I have that on video. The world needs to hear this. So I'm like, he won't care. And if I message him, he's too famous to even respond. Like, I love the Headbangers. So I post it. And 5 minutes later, I get a message saying, you should really ask people's permission before you post videos of them. And I'm like, I'm the biggest S. And he goes, I thought I was sharing a moment with you. If I knew you were filming, I wouldn't have shared it. And I was like, So I'm like, wow. I can't be having these legends hate me. I got to save face. I respect them. And I'm like, dude, I didn't know my friend was filming the story. And I should have asked. You're right. And I go, you know what? Let me make it right. I'm going to donate to your favorite charity right now. So I went to his website and it's like an entrepreneur thing for kids in South Florida. So I donated $50 to him. The screenshot. I'm like, by the way, I love what you're doing. Happy birthday. And then he goes, it's all good, brother. Thank you. And loved it. So I'm like, dodge a bullet. I took the video down immediately. Wow. So I really got to get better with asking people. Some are cool and don't care and it's kind of implied, but yeah. So we do, yeah.
Were they wearing skirts?
Yes, they were. Real men wear skirts, yeah. And then Thrasher told a Dusty story, but he'll never see the light of day.
Was that how he said it was okay? He sent you the upskirt?
Yeah, that's all right. Cool, yeah, it's cool. Oh, boy, speaking of that.
Save it for a book.
Yeah.
That
Speaking of upskirts, a couple years ago, we had the first wrestling cosplay meetup at New York Comic Con. We knew a guy that was Roddy Piper, man. He's in the front row of the photo. Wow. Dude, it's something drops. A couple of things drop out of his skirt, and people see it in the picture, man. And you couldn't edit it, and it was a sore sight to see. Yeah, serious.
But you have all these stories. You could write
a million stories. Yeah.
You've definitely shared some.
There you shared too much. Can I get a proper video of the unboxing? Yeah.
You're gonna watch me on the show doing this.
Oh yeah. We can't be having Mooney's potato camera. Oh yeah! If you didn't know, Macho Man was the NWO. In fact, The NWO was built on Macho Man's back. Actually, his neck, if we're being, specifically. So I'm gonna open this, and we got hot off the presses. Yeah, we got from Mark Ramundi. We got Say Hello to the Bad Guys. Yeah. So this is how professional wrestling and New World Order changed America, and it changed wrestling forever, man. It made it what it is. It made it cool, you know.
It made it too sweet.
Yeah, it made it too sweet. Let's put it right here, everybody. Yeah. So shout out to Mark Ramundi, man. Buy this book. I'm gonna start reading it. You know, we'll hear a little Macho Man excerpt, but it'll probably take me 5 minutes to look through. Yeah, look at that. So check it out. Appreciate you, Mark. Yeah, wish lots of success. Oh yeah, posing for the photo.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. Do that.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. So a cool perk is like, yeah, meeting these cool people, man, and they're like, yo, check out my book, you know, check out this thing, and I'm like, hell yeah, man, let's make it work, because I want everybody to do good, you know, and I'm like, hey, pay me for it. I'm like, book's cool.
That's
you know?
really awesome.
I wish
You
I
did
knew
you
how
did
to
share some experiences, obviously, some memorable moments as well as some fan interactions. So I do want to ask you a little bit more personal. How was professional wrestling? How has professional wrestling shaped your personal life and professional life?
Sure. Wow. So like late middle school, man, I just like didn't really have a thing. You know, I was kind of like forced to play sports. I didn't really want to play football. You know, any of that, and really, baseball. Baseball, yeah, I was more to that. I found Insane Clown Posse, really, man, and I became an ICP fan, and I'm a Juggalo, yeah, my wife didn't know she was married to Juggalo. Here we are, she's now a Juggalette by proxy. So at the I don't know about that. Yeah, wait a minute. So growing up, man, in Poughkeepsie. Never asked my parents to take me, and they're like, we would have taken you, right? Watching it, it was WrestleMania 14. I'm at my friend's house sleeping over in March. It was like a long weekend, I think, or something. And I see Ken Shamrock versus The Rock, and then we see Stone Cold versus HBK.
Rock Bottom?
I fell in love, Rock Bottom. That was Attitude Era, yeah. So I got into it immediately. You know, Rock used the brass knuckles on Shamrock. Shamrock's flipping out and belly suplexing Tony Garea and all the officials who were like dinosaurs now, yeah. So that, man, I was obsessed. And then I got into WCW, and my friends that were into it already were like, dude, you're obsessed. And they stopped watching it because I was so annoying. And we started going to ECW. That's where I met my friend Hal Collins from the Now, who runs Awesome Championship Wrestling. He was one of the first wrestling cosplayers. He was his own character. But going to Poughkeepsie. So after that, I met him. We went to an ECW signing at the Dragon's Den in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, Dragon's Den.
Yeah. You know what's funny? That's like the third time we've brought it.
I had the Dragon's Den bed. I had the Dragon for the one from the Yonker.
Where is it? You always say you bring it.
I think I might have left it with Mick Foley, or I just blacked out for a minute.
Shout out Dragon's Den.
Yeah, Dragon's Den. Shout out that guy with the long hair that was never really nice, but that's all right. He's probably still there.
Nobody at Dragon's Den.
Hope you're doing all right.
Any of the locations, they're all like,
now close the mall. Yeah, I used to call it the mall worse than hell. Yeah. So, the Dragon's Den thing and doing the thing and going to ECW. So, I went to wrestling school with Hale Collins, and then I was just super obsessed. Our dream was to be in ECW. Once that folded, we used to sit front row every week. Nice. So, it gave me, like, an identity. It gave me, like, a thing for my creativity. We started backyard wrestling. So, we had a backyard wrestling fed. I was like Vince, but not a creep. And I basically, we shut down all the local promotions, and they joined us. So, we combined, man, and we made a promotion every Saturday called Top League Wrestling. And we had shirts and everything right before YouTube. And we had like kids from 5 different high schools, man. And our buddy Hal Collins, from ACW, he still does some of his signatures in the ring.
ACW, you told me you got a text like, hey, bring your kendo.
Yeah, all right. So Hale texts me and he says, hey, we really need a kendo stick for the show, man. And I'm like, you know what? I think I got one in my parents' basement because when the Sandman was out there, bro, we had 3 different backyard wrestlers that had kendo sticks. You couldn't decide, or 4 of us had a kendo stick.
It was like the video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's getting out of the crowd. So I look, and my mom finally finds it, dude. He goes, wait till you see who it's for. So Mooney and I get sushi, we film a video. I wonder who it's going to be for, right? So Dreamer's getting beat up by the FBI. And all of a sudden you hear freaking, you got to keep them separated. Yeah. And Raven comes out, uses the kendo stick. I'm like, that's my kendo stick. At the end, he gives it to a little kid. Yeah. No!
So if that's out there, if you're watching...
Come here,
I'm going to face you in 20 years when you're the next Sandman.
Finish his story. Finish your story,
yeah. So it's a part of history now, man. It was just sitting there gathered. So, Hale Collins, you owe me a favor,
I think this would be a good time. All right, we've been talking about you this whole time.
Let's talk to somebody else. Sorry, guys.
Cosplay 101. Who do you think we should cosplay as.
Oh, okay.
'Cause Halloween is coming up, but Comic-Con's coming up too.
Like that.
Yeah, so
we're
we
really
actually,
invading a lot of these conventions. Didn't know that.
and then we do want to do episodes throughout October where we're cosplaying. So maybe we'll have Macho Verse back for one of those episodes as well.
Yeah, definitely Rick Rude over here.
Oh yeah.
Yo!
Who's got the best mustache in the holiday? Yeah, or Eddie Guerrero. Yeah.
That's too easy though. Rick Rude is good.
Rick Rude's good. Rick Rude's good.
Okay, so that's it. You're going with that.
Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's also a little Iron Sheik in him. He likes.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Baby.
Meet his match, or Mean Gene. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Oh man. I don't want to go Bubba Ray Dudley. Oh, you know what? K-Dog, man. Yeah, big K-Dog. Let me speak on this. Yeah. We got K-Dog. Man, let's see. I mean, we could get a Road Dog going. You guys could be DX also. Yeah. Road Dog over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you
He's
Persian
like
or
Sean
something?
Altman a little
No,
bit.
I'm
Show him your cornrows.
Puerto Rican and I'm German. So.
My aunt's Puerto Rican. I'm German. Yeah.
He's got him under the silk.
Mooney, I think damn. Mooney, one of the dicks. Yeah. Oh, Chris Candido, yeah. Damn, Mooney.
No gimmicks.
George South, yeah. Mooney, man. Oh, yo, I got it. Wait for it. Spike Dudley.
All right.
And Psychosis over here.
One of my favorite promos. One of my favorite promos is when I started watching ECW in '99, and he fought Mike Awesome, Spike Dudley.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like,
that's a good one.
Mike
I can't
Awesome.
unsee
No, but he's like,
With the tape on his
he's like, Mike. Mike, I'm gonna fucking hurt you. He's like cursing some of that. And barked out little boy.
Yo.
That's too funny.
You don't want to wear that.
Michael. Oh, no, somebody Michael. Throw me around.
Bro, you gotta, you could do a Samoan thing also. There's a lot you could do. Yeah. This back to, Umaga. I was thinking,
Yo, there
Chicken
was
Pot
that-
2 is a big one.
You gotta be careful with that. Did you see that indie match where the guy beat the shit
Yeah.
out of the other
Oh,
dude?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Alpha.
It was being Samoan.
Faux
Yeah.
Samoan.
Shout out to Alpha Jr., nice guy.
Yeah, respect. We'll see you on the show.
X-Pac over here, maybe?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, kid.
Yo, all right.
You got
Guys,
69.
for the 50th, all right,
Kevin
I got it. For the 50th episode, you gotta do GX. You gotta all be DX, yo.
Yeah.
You can do that.
And he's also S-Man.
I would be an.
Oh, bro, he's an S-Man.
Yeah.
I would love to get into some
We'll-
spandex.
Yeah.
DXB.
Wait, but who's gonna be Triple H?
Hold on.
You'll be Triple H.
Yeah,
We'll get him a
We
wig,
have to
yes.
shave. I'll get the wig.
Yeah.
No, man, you
No,
are
you're
good.
good.
Just try it. Just put that little just for men. It's so natural, no one can tell. Yeah, not even this.
Time to play the game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's great. We got No Soul last week. He went to a convention. He was trying to get shout outs.
water, by the way? What the hell?
Do you have a water?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting back on the train. You don't got that
Dragon.
water.
It's the guy with the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's right. What the? Hiding my things. Yeah. All right, you got No Soul by what?
All right.
Yeah, so last week I was, because I work against CGC and all that stuff, I was in Oklahoma at GalaxyCon, Oklahoma.
What a beautiful morning.
Yep, and then all of us, like CGC booth was right in front of all the wrestlers. There was Gangrel, Lita, McFoley, a bunch of people. Now at Nerdy Over 30, it's been easy for me to like go up to celebrities and hey, shout out the podcast, and they'll come on the podcast. Sure. Easy. Wrestlers not so easy. They don't want to get paid. They all want money.
Macaroni wants
So
$40
I thought
probably.
it was gonna be easy. Like celebrities, I always get them. They're down. They're like they do it for free. Yeah. Why is it? So why is it so hard to get wrestlers?
Yeah. So
But you're a liar.
I know Rikishi. I have a friend that asked Rikishi for an interview, and he's done a lot of interviews. This guy, and he said, "Sure, it was $200." I think he said. Wow. Yeah.
It's like we just need the cash.
Yeah,
it's
some are like don't want to do video or want to charge more. Like, all right, we met Macaroni, I love Macaroni, great guy. But I got him by surprise, and I got the photo op, and I go, yeah, I don't have a video with you ever. And many times we met, and he goes, oh, it's a video. You did this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, gosh. So I'm like, yo, Matt, I sent you $20. Sorry for getting you by surprise. Like, dude, stop. Like, I've had him $20. So I guess you should ask, especially if they're like, like with it in a business mind, like these guys. But
Yo, $200.
Yeah,
$40.
I always ask.
$40 each.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's bring that
we did
back.
the damn video, and that was $25 each.
Yo, Rikishi's in New York a lot. I see
Yeah,
him, I
dude,
know
we
he's
gotta
like.
get. But I wouldn't know what to talk. We'd get him like $200 for 7 minutes, and I'd be like,
Oh, I interviewed him last year.
I'd be like,
That guy is the interviewer's dream. Every response is 7 minutes.
Have to give you the
Oh,
snake
nice.
face.
And it was so awkward. We both sat forward, And so I'm like staring at the crowd while he's answering for 7 minutes, and I'm like, yeah. So anyway, Rikishi, and like 2 days notice, they tell me I'm interviewing him, and I'm like, okay, and Rolodex of things, yeah. And I'm like, don't be Macho Man, but be yourself, and yeah. So there's that. I mean, I've asked, be a man. Yeah, be a man. I asked Jay Lethal. I was like, yo, can we just do a video? Because I met him a few times, and he loves it. And I was like, yo, can you do a video for Macho Con? And he's like, yeah, Macho Con. Because eventually I want that to be a thing.
Oh, so I was going to ask you Aspirations.
He said he would do it.
That's a goal.
No matter what.
That's a goal.
Oh, yeah.
The goal is Macho Con. Yeah, Macho Con, we have Michael Braun, the creator of the costumes. You get all the people close. And
I pull up to that.
Yeah.
We'll
be there. We'll be at the first.
And and I'm on really good terms. I'm very close with the estate, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
maybe he'll let us have a B Generation X booth. We'll do a live podcasting.
I like that. Yeah,
it's possible. Well, we got him.
Gotta get Soder.
We'll just hold him in the back. He doesn't let us do it.
Yeah, gotta get Soder. You gotta get Sasso. You gotta get
Hell
yeah. It's Jesse the Bodies.
You in the mood for doing a little Iron Sheik promo?
So
we do a little show. I think we might do a little showdown.
So I think we're gonna do two things. We're probably gonna cut to a break, but the two things we're gonna do are we're gonna do a Iron Sheik versus Macho Man promo off, which we haven't done since episode 1. So since episode 10, I think we should do that. And there is one thing we've been talking about that we've been wanting to start. For every time we have a guest, we're going to do the Jay Duende. Can he take the chop? So every guest is going to chop
Johnny
Jay
Rod's
Duende.
Unpredictable. Yeah. Wrestling school.
Now let me get a hell yeah.
So yeah, guys, we'll be right back in a little bit. And yeah.
Chip. Gotta have beef. Gotta have spice. Need a little excitement. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
And we're back, everybody. We're going to start off with the promo game. So who wants to go first? Is it going to be Macho or Sheik?
Rock, paper, scissors, boys.
Rochambeau.
I'll let him go first then.
Yeah,
all right, it's all you, Sheik.
It's all me? All right.
Wow.
No pressure.
No pressure, guys.
Straight to the garden.
Fucking B-Rabbit 8 Mile.
Remember that one, yeah.
Shaking in his boots.
All right, I need you.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta stand there, or am I getting up, or what?
No, we'll have you here while he does his, and then you go back there.
Can you see me in the camera?
I see you perfect.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik, how are you feeling? How are you feeling right now, Macho Man?
You asked me excellent question. It was a great feeling to be in front of 20,000 people, Madison Square Garden, and to wrestle that jabroni MachoVerse. MachoVerse, yet another cheap son of a bitch, no good lowlife.
Is that right?
And I want to let you know you're a punk. And what you do to Elizabeth? Oh yeah, you smoking my marijuana and drinking my beer.
Iron Sheik, you're being much more PC this time. Is it because you're nervous about MachoVerse?
No, it's because now we're on Live Network. and I respect Mr. McMahon. I respect God and the Jesus
and FCC
and my mom. And now, with that being said, Macho Man, I have a 10-inch cock, and I fuck you in the ass and make you humble.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh!
Alright, we got something special coming on.
All right, Macho. It's all. See
Let
how
me snap into a Slim Jim real quick.
Instrumental?
Yeah.
I really wish I was in Sheiky gear. Part 2?
The shoes.
Alright, well, let's see what I got, you know? By the
So I
way.
bought a $500 bottle.
Yeah, this guy, these guys, they got sponsors that they can't prevent.
Potentially.
Oh,
What happened, Freddy?
Ooh, copyright.
just hit it, man, yeah. Let it go, yeah. Let it go, yeah.
Shit on shit.
It's getting cold.
This is for Instagram only, obviously. This is a copyright.
All right, stop the music. I don't get it.
Yeah, you gotta put a jub beat.
What's yeah?
So move back just a little bit more.
Oh, we have a little piece of tape.
Oh, right the tape.
I'll give you a beat. Ready? I'll give you a beat.
Yeah, your own beat.
Yeah.
No point.
Lens. That one right there with my finger.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, whenever you are ready, Macho.
Hit the music. What the hell? Hit my music, man. What the hell is he doing?
His music.
Oh,
Yeah, I need the shook ones part 2. Yeah. I got a thing going.
Yeah, let's do it. And if anything, we'll add.
We'll do it on Instagram.
Have you never seen 8 Mile? What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys got it on DVD here for $5?
All right, we'll do this for Instagram.
We'll do 2. We'll do this one and then we'll do another one.
Everybody in the BXB, put your hands up and follow me. Yeah. Yo, everybody in the BXB, put your hands up and follow me. Yeah. Now he sits tough. Notice that this mustache man did not have his hands up. I know everything he's about to say against me. I am Macho Man. I did paint my beard with a mascara from Just for Man Jail. These are my gloves that I use at the gym because I lost my leather ones. This is a hat that's fake leather. I got these wristbands with metal that don't go off the metal detector. Aluminum. Really expensive to fix. That was a bike chain necklace I just had on. And I had some dude hook my necklace up while I was rapping. These are Dad's shoes. I'm wearing New Balance. You're just a couple clowns. I had them on balance, off balance. Doesn't even matter. Be a man, Kenny. Don't be scared. You're running from Macho. That's what I heard. Be a man. They call you let's see. They call you mustache guy. Don't make me laugh. Because your t-shirts and your NWO love is just trash. DVDs from the guy outside. Can't pick up hitchhikers. Go take a ride. And I got 2 words for you. Ooh, yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Too sweet.
Question: can you do one more of those?
that was a shooting star, a rare occurrence. Did you not get that or what? That was a double rainbow. I could do a couple of something from the album. I do. I have seen Macho Man on 106 in Park. I'm not even kidding.
Oh
seen
shit!
That?
Speaking of that, so being a man, Hogan, you're obviously going for that vibe today. We're in the birthplace of hip hop, the Bronx right now.
The Bronx. Put it down for Sweet Bobby G. DMX. Yonkers, a little bit down the road. A little deep.
Shout out the Locks.
You know, Chris. Everywhere we go, people want to know. Who we are, so we tell them, this is a BX. Mighty BX,
All right.
I ain't no holler back girl, and I'm not scared of her.
All right, so speaking of promos, let's see how good you hyped up your background in a little ad-libbing and improv.
Who, this guy?
I want you to cut a promo on something from the store real quick. I'm going to whip it out right now.
Wow. Whoa, wait, I didn't sign up for all that.
All right, so what about this fella? this guy tried to take your job.
He's got lust in his eyes and in his Slim Jim heart. I don't like that guy. I don't trust him. I don't trust somebody whose hair naturally does a flap top. I don't know what barber he went to, but it wasn't the beefcake because he would have gotten into a parasailing accident. He's creeping me out, man. He's like just insane guy. From Running Man, like the host or something. Something. He's got a widow's peak and his hair covers his ears. I want no part of that guy. I'm walking away. I'm not talking.
Out of here. All right. You mentioned one of the promos, one of the quotes of Macho Man.
Slim Jims, didn't eat them then, don't eat them now. Actually,
you mentioned the off balance, on balance.
It doesn't really matter.
That is some crazy shit, wild stuff. So I was thinking, I want you guys to guess. Is it a Macho Man quote promo or a Charles Manson quote? All right. You two. All right, me and Macho are just gonna react to whatever, but you two, I'm gonna do the first one.
The game.
Chris and Wenge, the color commentary. This is more of a bit because Macho Man had the craziest promos.
He did.
Let's compare him to one of the craziest guys.
All right, so it's me and Kenny versus Chris and Duende.
And we're going to do color commentary like 93. Like Vince wanted you to do commentary.
That's right. Yeah, he thought I was too old. He thought I was Nacho Man. I said, if you bring the guacamole, we'll make nachos. You know what I mean?
So you already mentioned one of them, so I'll skip that one. So
okay, maybe like an enchilada.
Should we do like raise your hand first, or you got to be careful?
All right.
All right, ready? I handled it like Martin Luther King, and I should have handled it like Malcolm X by any means necessary. Who said that? Charles Manson.
Charles
Macho
Manson.
Man. Am I gonna get robbed? Why did he put that mask on? What the hell?
All right, so you guys say
Aldo
Charles Manson?
Montoya. Yeah, took my wallet.
That was Randy Savage.
I also want to say, the other guy.
Yeah.
I knew that.
So one for us.
All right.
You're
All right, here,
smart.
number 2. All right. I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk.
Manson.
Macho Man.
It's Randy Savage.
Wow.
Not as easy as you thought.
No, it's not.
Sorry, Kenny. I tried.
All right, number 3. We'll go through this quick. Number 3. You can't let anyone walk over you, or everybody will walk all over you.
Charles Manson.
Wow.
Randy Savage.
All right.
All right, here's another one. Total paranoia is just total awareness.
Macho Man.
That's gotta be
Macho Man.
Manson.
Yeah. Complete and total mental insanity. Yeah.
All right, that was Manson.
There
What
we
the
go.
hell?
All right, we're not in Wonderland anymore, Alice.
Oh, that's gotta be
Macho
Manson.
Man.
Yeah, that's Manson.
That's Manson.
All right.
Macho
Then
Man.
this, I thought maybe you guys want to get the on balance, off balance. Doesn't matter. I'm better than you. That's Randy Savage. The real strong have nothing to prove to the phonies.
I'm gonna start saying these by accident.
You're
And some like criminal law historians like actually that was Charles Manson.
You're gonna be getting a
Imagine
different
doing Manson one by
Yeah,
mistake.
That's the ultimate persona. The
Sharon Tate,
Macho
yeah.
Manson.
All right, so
Oh my God, no! Wow, Macho Manson.
you got a new demographic.
Yeah.
Hey, those guys are always online.
It wasn't
so.
me. I wasn't the one in charge. The
All right.
soldiers.
They got a couple more. The real strong have nothing to prove to the phony. The real strong have nothing to prove it to the phonies.
That's Manson again.
That's Manson.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you now, a man of my position can afford to look ridiculous at any time.
Oh, that's
Macho Man.
Macho Man.
Yeah, man in my position.
All right, this is the last two.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Pain is not bad, it's good. It teaches you things. I
Macho
understand
Man.
that.
No,
That's
Manson.
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 Yeah.
All right, that was it. My point.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Look at your game, girl.
We all.
I lost that.
I lost. Real.
You guys
real,
won.
real,
You guys are
And
real
that'll be
bad.
for the editor to do the score.
That's Manson. That's good.
Yeah.
So we've
Dark.
talked about a lot. Are we going to do future stuff?
Yeah, future
Yeah,
stuff.
so we talked about a lot. What stuff do you have coming up for the future? What plans do you have for the future with MachoVerse?
Yeah, don't be so sure of the future. Chris, I wouldn't buy any unripe bananas. Yeah.
Me either.
Exactly. Yeah, because you never know if you're gonna live to eat them. Yeah, don't go getting a winter coat. Because it's the summertime and you never know. Yeah. Because if I beat you in the ring, I got you. Don't you know? Oh, sorry. I'm
vampire.
I go into autopilot.
Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Garlic, yeah, off my Italian food. Wow, dude,
Pasta mania.
All right, you can't see, but now there's static on the TV back there, so like the little girl from the ring is gonna just find out any second and murder me. Can we not do that? Yeah. I got weird blurred pictures about a week ago. Yeah, that a videotape I just watched on purpose. Oh, so anyway, next.
This is a haunted thrift shop. You don't live here. You live
So next weekend I have Brooklyn Comic Con. That's June 7th and June 8th.
Great show up here in the Brooklyn area.
Great show. That's where I met Jonathan. Yeah.
Oh, I would have
amazing
went.
Jonathan.
But I got something. I would have went. That would have been great. Yeah.
If that's that's in the future.
Yeah. I'll come in through the garbage.
And is there anything else?
Go there with a
Sting,
ladder.
yeah.
Two guys with a ladder
Sting.
dressed in like.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
outdoors and half of it's outdoors and Remarkable Wrestling is going to be there, and that is a very pro Macho Man independent promotion by Cano Capuccio. He's a super Macho Man fan, and he has like every action figure, and it's awesome. So they've been doing it.
No, 0.
When you wake up from a 4-hour nap, that's what I think. So there's wrestling there. There's a cosplay contest on Sunday. That's going on. And then after that, we have Fanatics Fest, June 19th, 20, and 21. 2021, 22.
Yep. Yeah.
Correct. Fact check myself. So that's going to be cool, man. I got a 3-day pass. I'm looking to meet Wade Boggs while dressed as a baseball macho man.
That'd be great.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have him sign like a Sunny shirt, make my own shirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an extra thing to freaking hang up, but you can always auction up. But Yeah, so doing the thing, meeting the Taker, Seth Rollins, Cody, who left early last year, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Should I ask her if she could pick me up, or could do that? Like hold me for the picture?
She could pick me up.
Yeah. There's a guy that I know. Yeah, he's kind of like Umaga. Wrong Samoan. Yeah. New faction. Yeah. Well, Jason, one of my friends, that WWE Phil Ramon, he's Mexican. He's like JC Mateo. He's like, I know a Mexican when I see one, and that guy is Mexican. What's going on with the bloodline? That's a horrible name, by the way, JC Mateo. I love Jeff Cobb, but that's gonna be tough to get used to.
Yeah, we
talking about.
We finally talked about AEW too, and we started talking about more things recently.
I'm gonna flip the interview on you guys. What are some of the worst name changes like NXT or WWE has had?
That's great.
Because one of mine was Oni Lorcan. I thought was really bad.
I'm gonna go with something different. The most needless one, Walter. Why
change it? Yeah. Why change his music?
The same effect.
His music was amazing.
I got one. I recently was watching what is it? AEW.
Okay.
And Sasha Banks' name is
Mercedes
Monet.
Her real name is Mercedes. So
it's too many vowels. Too many syllables. I mean,
we actually had a conversation about everybody
should have
with
just
these
named herself
long,
Mercedes Benz.
long names.
By the way, my original handle was _Macho Man. Does not roll off the tongue. Macho Man cosplay. So the Macho Verse, and then I convinced my friends. I'm like, Dusty was like the Micro Monday, and I'm like, Dusty Tribute's not taken, and now
Oh, wow.
so it's all about a catchy name. You guys is good. B Gen, and then it comes up right away. Some people are like numbers, underscores, and I'm like, dude,
that's true.
My original one was Lex Luger's bionic elbow. And now it's a mouthful.
That's right. That is a
Then I changed it to He's Gonna Puke, which is the most tragic and funny moment in wrestling.
I know, he's gonna puke.
It's sad because it's draws and everything, and it's like
true,
the epitome of what it means to be a promoter carny.
And on a positive note, Kenny's handle is kind of great.
Oh, yeah.
This is a secret hidden beautiful one.
Yeah, I took from Nacho Libre, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a wrestling movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it's nice pile drive to the face.
Oh.
It's I know it is fun to wrestle. A nice punch to the face.
Actually, Jay Dwayne, they watches that movie in his room in the back like once a week.
He watches it in sleep.
I ran into a couple of them in Vegas, a couple of Nacho Libres.
Yeah, it seems like a thing.
And then did you get the eagle eggs?
Yeah, he almost did. Going home for July 18th, back to Poughkeepsie, where I'm from. The MJN Center, formerly the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, where Macho Man debuted, actually, with the dragon robe. For ACW, Awesome Championship Wrestling, Stare at the Hard Cam,
Yeah, I think we're all going to go to that.
I
already got my ticket. I got my ticket already.
So we're going, what's your problem? You better be there. We're going to be having a talk, I like what you did there, but if you do this one little thing, it could be that much better,
Yeah, the big thing in New York City area, the SummerSlam is this year.
Oh, that's right. Going to that, too. Yeah.
Hosted by Cardi B.
Is it really? Interesting. Yeah, and we got WrestleCon. So most of the stuff's in Jersey, right?
Yeah, that's not that far.
All right, well,
if you see,
should we get a big Airbnb?
Maybe he'll see my. Yeah, that might be an idea. Maybe he'll see us all together doing some stuff. And you mentioned MachoCon. When do you think that's going to become a thing?
I want to say by 2030. Man, it's a long estimate. The next couple of years. I don't know the first thing about planning. I mean, I have ideas written down, and Jay Lethal was like, I'd be down. So it had to be like, people connected with Macho Man, his colleagues and whatnot, like wrestlers who love Macho Man. You could get a whole promotion going. Could have it in Florida, or just start off small. And my wife was saying we should just do like Macho Man meetups. Start off small.
That's a good idea.
I brought meetups last episode.
We talked about meetups,
There you go. So, speaking of which, right, New York Comic Con, we'll have a big meetup for wrestling cosplay. It's usually on Fridays. I'm the host of it. We have a guy that does, the ring announcing, and you can come out and do an entrance and all that stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a hell of a meetup, and we're doing one for Brooklyn Comic Con too.
And I'm sure we're going to be doing stuff for New York Comic Con also.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up so you can be in the next Nerdy Over 30 cosplay
video.
Nerdy
Over 30, under 80. Never Celsius. I'd be freezing. What's he taking out?
You did a costume change. I think we want to appreciate you for coming on our show as our first guest. There's a little merch.
Thank you.
You can't be a carny without any merch.
Very cool. Yeah, the DDP. The diamond cutter, and you're like, what's going on? I'm like, diamond cutter, throw you out of the ring, and I'm like, thank you guys, appreciate it. Yeah, I got 2 words for you. Ooh yeah.
This guy over here took his shirt off too. Little chop.
Hey, what's the B stand for, by the way? For B generation.
Be a man. No. It's the Bronx.
Be a man, Hulk. Bronx. Yeah, you know, I work in the Bronx. Yeah.
Nice.
Used to be a farm a long time ago. In the days of Haystacks, Calhoun, yeah. This farm in particular was there, yeah.
All right, we're just going to keep going.
I don't want to keep you.
So, we've been planning out this thing forever. Whenever we started having guests, Jay Duende is going to take a chop. So, we had this thing where Jay Duende is going to take a chop from every guest. Since he is trained in wrestling, what a way to start it.
Johnny Rod's unpredictable, yeah.
So,
semi-trained.
Jay Duende.
Wow.
Now, we'll show you.
Wikipedia will have that trained by Johnny Rod.
Should we film that?
Yeah,
took my glove off. Yeah, the gloves are off. The glove is off. Yeah.
So give us 2 seconds. We're going to come right back with that.
WWF figure, give me the power of Hulkamania, the knockout Prince of Virgil, the audacity of IRS, and the madness of the Macho Man. Collect new WWF figures now, separately. Dig it!
The game is, if you have a Rey Mysterio tattoo, you got to take a chop. Yeah. Took the glove off. Yeah. Suspense, killing him. Yeah. Do a little bit of this. Yeah, let's go. A couple. Oh, that wasn't a good one. Was that a good one?
No, let her rip.
That sucked. Yeah, let her rip. Oh, I got it. I'm a lefty with. Oh, you gotta go this way. Yeah, go this way. I'm like, this isn't my.
This
my
is 101.
side where I learned. Yeah. Here we go.
Exactly like Macho.
Woo!
That was nice.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
We can do another.
We did it, really?
Yeah. Let her rip.
All right, man. Let her rip. Yeah.
That's the one.
That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, buddy.
B Generation X podcast. Oh yeah. They got 7 commentators. It's like WrestleMania that one time. They had like JR, Jerry the King, Joey Styles.
Thank you again. That was another episode of B Generation X. Macho, where can we find you?
I'm living on the edge, and if anyone out there isn't living on the edge, then you're taking up space. Yeah, you could find me everywhere. Yeah, you open your eyes from a nap, you might see me. You can find me on all social medias, Instagram, the Macho Verse, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, like typing when you're, whatever apps, MySpace,
all the stuff.
Yeah. Mavis Beacon, yeah.
And the last thing I gotta say
AOL keyword.
My favorite Macho version is Macho Juice. I just gotta say.
Thank you.
So keep thinking outside the box, man.
For sure. Macho Juice is fun to wear, but annoying to put on, but it's one of my favorites too. It's amazing.
So we'll have all the links.
The Macho Verse.
To Macho Verse in the description.
You're here because of him.
We don't even know what the Macho Verse is. We didn't even get that deep. Yeah. It was never explained.
So that'll be for the next time.
Chris covered it
come
up.
back again.
But
he told Hogan a line item veto. Yeah. President Hogan timeline. Sorry about that.
No.
A roof of consciousness. Yeah.
We'll have all the links below. So please follow him. Please follow us as well. Please like, subscribe, and as always, this is B Generation X. We have 2 words for you.
Ooh,
the Bronx.
Yeah. And if you're going to Fanatics Fest, use my affiliate link. Yeah.
We'll have that down there too. So peace out, everybody.
Happened so fast you can't even talk about it. Lucky person. Yeah. We're good. Okay.
You think we'll have this happen for?
If you only knew.
Oh yeah, he wants to do that.
I don't.
You do. You put your camera on. He wants to do this thing.
You want me to leave on my cameras? Everything's still on.
Yeah.
We don't know how to clap on beat.
Oh, that's the point. They don't really clap on beat.
Here we go.
There we go. Yeah. If you only knew what I'm gonna do to you, have me running down here as fast as 2 feet could carry you. Yeah. Your destiny belongs to me. If you only knew. Ooh yeah, Slammy's 87. Yeah, you guys gotta check that one out. Yeah. That's it. So, you didn't know any of the words. You'll get 1 verse. One word.
This the Bronx, boy, yeah. This the Bronx, little man.